Hello and welcome to Grayt Craps. So we're here in the hotel room on the travel layout, and I want to show you the strategy I've been working lately. I'm actually in Vegas right now, so we're going to go downstairs here in a minute and play this on Bubble, but in order to explain it, I figured I'd do a quick video just to run you through the steps of the strategy. We're going to do it on a $2 bubble, which is really, we're playing at a $1 level. And because of the amount we're putting down, we get away with the $2 limit. And I've been playing it on a $5 table at Downtown Grand and at Ellis Island. So during the week, you can find a $5 table at Downtown Grand, and anytime you can find a $5 table at Ellis Island. So I'm going to show it to you at the $5 level, and then since it's almost the same at the $1 level in Bubble, I'll kind of run through that real quick as well. It's a real grindy strategy, hence the name, the Grayt Grind. Okay, so we're going to play it with $100. So here's our $100 buy-in, and we're going to start out with 5 units. So $25. So $25 on the don't pass. And on the $5 table, we're also going to throw in 10 bucks to the props guy, to the stick man, and say, I want you to do a $2 yo and hop the reds for $2 each. Now look at you funny the first time you do this, because you just gave them 10 bucks and you just made $8 in bets. Plus they get kind of confused when people hop the reds, because nobody ever does that. So what they should do is give you $2 on the yo, and if I can find the reds up here, $2 on each of the reds, hopping the reds, and then $2 change. So what he'll probably do is tell your dealer over here, $2 change, and you get $2 back, and that goes in your rack. And off we go. So I'm not going to do an actual roll on this because I'll do that on the Bubble video. But let's say the point becomes a 10. You're going to lose all these up here. And I'll show you the purpose of these. So before I get that far, if you get an 11, it's going to pay you those $2. It's going to pay you 15 to 1. So it's going to pay you 30. And so there's your 25, 30. So that's going to replace you losing your don't, plus give you $5 back towards these bets up here. Now let's say it's an 11. You're not going to lose those. You're going to keep those guys. But basically, you're going to be $1 short. So you're in there for $1 on the come out roll. That's your whole total risk on the come out roll. So we're not really scared of the come out doing it this way. And you say that's a lot to hop. That's a lot of your bet to waste, but we'll get it back. We're not too worried about it. So if it's the same it goes for if you roll any of the sevens, you're going to be short $1. And if they're good, they'll put you back up on it and give you $24 back. So they'll take this bet, replace it with 24, or you can just throw them in $1 and they'll replace it correct all the way. So then you throw your $1 in to get your, well, they should replace your hops completely, and then we'll go. So let's say the point becomes 10. Doesn't really matter what the point is, other than what we're going to do next. And I'm putting these back in my rack, but they don't go back in the rack. So put them over there. Get these guys out of here. And get this guy back. All right. So you're in for 25. The next thing you're going to do after the point has been set is you're going to put up the 5, the 6, and the 8. And we'll take those other $2 you got back from the original, throw in the 10, and put those as the caps on the 6 and the 8. So now, if my point gets hit, that's my biggest risk. I'm losing 25 on it. So if it's a hard number, if it's a number that can show up on the hard ways, you might consider putting $1 or $2 up on the hard way for that number. I'm not going to do it in this case because it kind of bleeds money to me. Sometimes I'll do it if it's a 6 or an 8. I might put the hard 6 or the hard 8 up for $1 and then add dollars to it as I get hits. But in this case, we're not going to do it. What we want, if these get waxed, let's say it's a 0.7 out, then I'm going to get those money back plus the extra here, and I'm going to kind of break even. I'll be short the original $8 here. So kind of don't want to 0.7 out. We kind of want to hit first. Actually, we want to get to a little different point. So let's say the 5 hits. So you're going to get paid 7. We're going to take those $2 and rack them and have them press the 5 up by 1 unit. Now, let's say the 5 hits again. That's going to pay me 14. They might say, throw me $1 and I'll pay you 15 to 1. But we're going to take those 4 and rack them. And the 2 extra units, actually we're going to take 2 of the units, 2 of the ones back. We're going to take the 2 extra units and use it to press the 6 and the 8. Boom, boom. And now what we have is 2 units on the 5, 6, and 8. So 2 units on our 3 numbers that we've got up inside. Now, if any one of these hits, it's going to pay, again, 14. And in this case, we'll just do it 15 to 1 for 1. And we're going to rack that, and we're going to come back down to base unit on all 3 bets. And now what you see is we're out of the hand, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So there's our bet right there, plus our original $8 that we lost on these props is all but $1 shy, okay? Now we're $1 in the hand, $1 in the hand, okay? The next hit on any of these, we're going to take and pick up the empty number. So in this case, the 9. Right? Rack the 2. The next hit, we are going to collect. So we get a hit, we collect. Just because I want a little bit of profit, if it doesn't work out, we get a 7. And then from there, we're just going to press and collect. Press and collect, press and collect. You can do it however you want it because you're out of the hand. So if you want to collect the first time each number's hit and then press, you can do that. Or if you just want to collect any hit first and then press the next hit on any number, you can do that. It's up to you how you want to do it. I like to collect and then press, collect, press, no matter what the number is. And if I'm pressing the number that just hit. So this keeps you in and ready for the long roll. At some point, if you really want to, you can spread out to the 4 and 10, although I like to just stay inside. And then if the long roll happens, you're there to catch it, and you're out of the hand. If it ends early, you get your money back. You either break even or you're just out a few dollars. Worst case scenario, your don't gets knocked off. But if your don't gets knocked off early, so let's go back to what we had up there to begin with, right? Let's say I took a hit, I took that first hit, and I've got my 5 up there pressed, 2 more down here, right? Let's see, let's clear all this back out of the rack, get it out of the way, right? So I get, my point gets knocked off. The 10 gets hit. I'm going to lose this, but then I just pull down. And there's what I originally had in, and I've recovered a small bit of it, right? If I get that second hit, I'm a little bit closer to losing less here. And if I get the third hit, of course, I'm out. Now, what happens if, let's say I get, let's say I get a hit, and then I press, and then I get another hit over here instead of right back on the same number. That's okay. I'm just going to press that one too. And rack whatever change there is. Or you can take that dollar and throw it on the hard way if the number happens to be a hard way number. And then the next hit, if it's this, the other one that hasn't hit yet, I'll do the same thing. I'll press it. Or you can consider coming back down to base level because you're pretty close to being out at that point. Otherwise, we're looking for a second hit on any one of those numbers with it pressed up. Then we regress back down to single unit. We're out of the hand, and we can play from there. So that's it at the $5 level. Now let's switch this stuff out and do it at the $1 level for a bubble. So $100 in reds is 20 reds, right? Well, 20 bucks in singles is 20 bucks. So 20 units, same way. It's a little different though because we can't really hop the reds the same way with the 11 because I can't throw the right amount in there. So I'm going to do 5 units. That should be 5. 5 units on the don't pass. And then I'm going to do, normally these would be 2, right? But I can't do 50 cents. So I'm just going to hop the reds for $1 each. Right? That's kind of a lot because I'm using more than I want to. Alternatively, you can just throw $1 on the yo, keep these other 2. But since the reds are the more common number, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop those. We're going to leave the 11 exposed because it's got less of a chance of hitting. Right? So, same deal. The first hit, well, once the point's set, let's say it's a 10 again, which would be ideal. You're going to lose these 3, and then we're going to put 3 more up. And because it's bubble, we don't have to be proper. So $, $, and here at the Downtown Grand, it's $2. So having 5 units up there meets my $2 requirement. It's $2 total on the table, not $2 each bet like a normal table would be. Table minimum is not bet minimum, okay? So it's table minimum, and you'll find most bubbles are that way. People don't know that, and so they think they got to do $2 or $3 if it's on the strip, maybe even $5 each bet. And sometimes it is set that way where you have to do minimum on it, but I would not play $5 bubble. It's a bubble. There's no way you're getting a long roll consistently. So if any of these hit, and by the way, on bubble, I would buy the 5 and the 9 because they're going to pay a little bit better. 6 and 8, don't worry about buying them. Just place them like you normally would. But if any of them hit, we're just going to press it by that unit. And you have to put it back up because it's a buy. It's going to take it down. You have to remember to put back the original bet and add your $. So first hit, we're going to press it. The next hit's going to pay us 2 units, so we'll use that to spread to the 6 and 8. Now we got 2 units on everything. The next hit, I'm going to take all the extra down and return back to 1 unit. All right, so that's going to pay me 2 units. And bam, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm still in it for $3 because I lost those hops up there. Sometimes I'll play it without hopping anything at all. It's a little riskier. But hey, I don't have to wait and get $3 back now. So we'll see how I play it downstairs. I may play it without the hops. I might play it with just an 11 or just pick a 7 and go there. The other thing you could do is do the any 7 for $1, and that's going to do you 4 to 1. That's probably a little smarter than hopping them. Plus you don't have to go to another screen for that. So however you want to do it to get your hedge in there if you want to play the hedge. But a lot of times I'll play it without the hedge and just risk this 5 because hey, it's $5. Now we're only playing it with $20, so sure, that's a nice little chunk of your bankroll, but it's 20 bucks. Hey, we're having fun, right? It's bubble. And then same deal, once we get out of the hand or back to the original stuff, then we're just gonna collect we're gonna spread to the extra number, the 9, and then we're gonna collect and press from there. Collect, press, collect, press, collect, press. What happens if the points is 6 or an 8 or one of these numbers that I'm normally betting? Well, we're just gonna move it over. And then when we pick up the extra number, we'll either pick the 10 or the 4, pay attention to what's been hitting, and go with that. So that is the Grayt grind in about 15 minutes, which is a little longer than I wanted to explain it. But hopefully you get the idea. And when I'm walking through it on Bubble, you've seen it before. Thanks for watching Grayt Craps, and wish me luck downstairs.